our house band and our choir. Isn't that great? And I don't know if you really listened to the words of the songs that Heather and Jennifer wrote for us, but they stand right along with those that we sing from major musicians. So we are really, really blessed. So I thank you so much. Well, as I said, this is the final week of our pledge campaign. Wanda, do we know what the total is? $90,812. We wanted to do 90, so we're over that. So yes, we do. So everybody gets to do the happy dance. Well, our theme for that whole month has been setting our sights in 2020 with 2020 vision. And that means simply that we're looking at this new year with a clarity that comes through seeing through the perfect vision of love and of joy and of harmony. All those words for God that Melinda was talking about. And today our topic is many eyes, and that's a capital I, one we. Because I think as I look back, I listened to Melinda's story, and it's similar to mine in a lot of ways. We were drawn here as individual eyes, from our own personal needs and desires. Many of us were seeking a way that we could make sense of our life and the world. We were seeking a deeper understanding of our spirituality. We were seeking a way to better express that spirituality. And as seekers, we were drawn to each other. I sometimes say that we're kind of like aliens from another planet. And our mothership is our Sonoran Desert Center for Spiritual Living. Because here not only have we found each other, but together we have transformed our mothership into a place of safety, beauty, and love. We have grown our center into our spiritual home.
Do you want to go?
Our Sangha.
Get feet, and I'll just join you.
What's she doing?
Okay.
Okay. You're not up yet, Patricia. And we've become a family with ties even stronger sometimes than those of our biological families. And we are constantly welcoming new people with open arms. So truly, as a spiritual community, we are God made visible in the world. So because we are individual eyes creating a we, I have asked a few people to share their stories with us. And when they're finished, I invite anybody else to come forward and we'll share for as long as time allows. And we're going to begin with our remote practitioner on our phone. That's Patricia Watson from Nova Scotia. And then after that will be Susan Clutis, Deb Chapa, and Dawn Green, and then we'll fill the rest of the time if we have some, okay? All right. So.
I'm on?
Yes.
Can everybody hear me? Awesome! Hi, everybody! This is so exciting!
Good morning, Patricia.
Hi. So Reverend Donna asked me to talk about what does the Sonoran Desert Center for Spiritual Living mean to me. And the thing that comes to mind for me first is God's love is infinite. So I discovered the Center for Spiritual Living. Whoops, hold on a second. Okay, I discovered the Center for Spiritual Living in 2012 when I was going for a rehearsal with Leslie Carter at the Unitarian Church. And I happened to see a sign, and I really couldn't believe it because we had been in Green Valley, we bought a home, and we were there for about a year and a half, and I didn't think anything like this existed. So I know that the universe provides all that you have that is open, and all I have to do is be open and receptive. So I stopped into the office, and I met Reverend Donna, and I was overjoyed. And I have been a member of the center since 2012. I'm considered a remote practitioner living in East LaHave, Nova Scotia. So there are numerous ways that I feel that I contribute to the center. One of the things I started last year, which you all have had the experience of, is the chants that I write once a month to send to Heather and Reverend Donna, and then they share it with you during the services. I'm a part of chorus, the practitioner prayer circles, which hold everybody in this spiritual community in my heart. And I feel that I do provide in terms of my spiritual source by tithing back to the center. Here in Nova Scotia, I am co-director of what's called the Wisdom of the Heart Study Group, which is a Science of Mind study group, which I started back in 2003 when I was a practitioner student. And one of the things that touches my heart so much is I have the wonderful opportunity to read and also do all kinds of crafts with second grade classes at 2 different schools here in my area. I also have joined Bedford United Church, which is about an hour and 40 minutes from here for me. So I go up once a month when I have my study group. And I'm literally guest soloist at various different churches. As you all know, I'm a singer. So I sing with my group, the Sister Watson Quintet, and I now sing with Seaside Acapella Women's Chorus. So I have had the wonderful opportunity years ago to make all of this happen by taking classes online. I was one of the first practitioner classes that actually graduated under Reverend Christina Tillotson. So I received my license in 2004. But Sonoran Desert is my spiritual home. It's my touchstone in the light of the fact that I am not physically present. But I kind of like this. I can see all of you. Just wave, please. Hi. This is so awesome. So as I think SCCSL is, as Karen Drucker's song, it's the heart, it's the hand, it's the voice of Spirit on earth. And who we are, each one of us, is that divine, beautiful manifestation of Spirit. You all are a blessing to me. You're a blessing to the center. You're a blessing to the world. I just thank you for being there, because you mean so much to me. I love you all. Thank you.
Patricia is a hard act to follow. Well, first of all, I want to thank you all for allowing me this opportunity, because thinking about what this center means to me when I don't have to say it to someone else may not be so in depth, but since Reverend Donna asked me, I've been really going into my heart to see what this center means to me. And I don't know the exact date, but it was in 2012 when I first walked in this door. And many of us say, when we first walked in this door, we felt love. And it's all accepting love. It doesn't say you have to be this way or that way. It's just because you are. One of the things that is very precious to me is our practitioners. I know that if I have a prayer request for me or one of my people, they will be holding them in the light. And I have several stories about what really happened in a positive way. So I really thank our practitioners, and I can release these thoughts and love to Spirit because it's being handled. Another thing that I love about here is that we are all family. Every single one of us. And when we come in, we get our hugs and our love. And like I said to someone, I'm going to put this one in the bank, so when I need it, I'll have it later on in the week. we also have a connection to each one of us. And this is really demonstrated by Patricia from Nova Scotia. I mean, once we're here, we belong. And when I was not here in Green Valley, I could listen to the messages online, and it helped me with this connection and feeling okay. The support that we find here, everyone feels the support. You don't even need to ask for it, but if you do, it's there. And I love that about here. I am so proud of the work that our group does in the community. I mean, we're not just here and loving on one another on Sundays and then go home and stop doing it. Each and every one of us have the opportunity to be involved locally, to be involved with other spiritual centers, and to contribute to the work that other places are doing. So I really appreciate that. Celebration. For those of you who are relatively new, did you not see today as a celebration? And you know, every single opportunity we have, when we have weddings here, we have memorial services that's celebrating, and we celebrate one another. Music is very important to me, and I was taught that music is like praying twice. And our people today have prayed more than twice for us. And finally, this is my spiritual home. It will always be my spiritual home wherever I roam. And, we know, like Peggy and Reverend Bob, once we're here, we belong. And I will carry that with me in my heart, always.
Good morning. My name is Deb Chappup, and my husband Ray is probably familiar to many of you. In June of this year, we will mark 25 years of married life, wonderful married life. And while we met and were married in the church of our origins, as we grew and evolved, it started not really nourishing us. We really had to dig deep to find food to carry us through the week. And so we agreed, okay, let's seek some other possibilities. But we'd read or possibly visit, and either everything just felt too way beyond our hearts, or it just really wasn't the right fit. And so we've spent many years feeling unaffiliated without the spiritual community, or we've gone separate ways. Nature has certainly been a place to feel connected to our higher power. But there's something about the hugs and the presence of other people who genuinely greet you, and that was not something that was in our church of origins that I ever found. I always felt alienated and very alone. So I walked into this Center for Spiritual Living. I can't even remember. It was some internet miracle that I said, oh. And I came here middle of last November. And I just felt the push. And I came alone. And it was really special. And what Susan said about the sense of love, the sense of the availability of supportive prayer, which I availed myself of that very afternoon, those were phenomenal to me. And I went home and told my husband, I'd like you to come next week. And he did. And it was amazing to me to watch how he left a church of origin that has been a major part of his life. And he said, yes, this fits with all the personal study that we've both been doing for a number of years. So we feel so thrilled to have found the center, or Sonoran Desert Center, and to found all of you, Reverend Donna, and we have become members, and we're just feeling so greatly blessed.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Donald Green, and I'm not sure what year I started coming to the center here, but I tried about every church around and just couldn't find anything that quite felt right. And when I came here at first, it didn't feel right here either, I'll be honest with you. And then I started taking classes and started getting to know the people here and realized I absolutely love this place. And then I was fortunate enough to get on the board of trustees, and this is during the time when we were really struggling, and it seemed like every time we had a board meeting, which was monthly, all we ever heard about was our loan was coming due pretty soon, and we checked with banks, and banks said, you're a bad risk. Actually, they said we're a really bad risk. And that there was no way that any bank would touch us. And at that time, I guess God spoke to me and said, maybe this is where you should put your money. And so I talked to Lynn. Lynn and I were dating at the time, weren't married yet. And I said to her, I think I'd like to put my money into our church, which all my friends and family said, you must be nuts. It's a bad risk. Don't you listen to the banks? And But I decided I wanted to go forward with it, and Lynn was supportive of my doing that. And we talked to the person who held the loan at the time, Art Gould, who was a very wonderful gentleman and helped us actually build this center, the church itself. And he agreed if I was willing to take over the loan that he would reduce the loan by $30,000. And so we went forward with it, and I took over the loan. At the time, it was $274,000. The loan was for 20 years, and we have 7 years right now that we're coming up on, which will be in October. It'll be 7 years, and by the time we hit 7 years, we'll have half of that loan already paid off. Thanks to all of you and what you do with these pledges. But I have to tell you, in life, it's pretty wonderful when you can do something that means so much to you. I love you all. I love this place. Thank you.
So, does anybody else want to come share? I do. Okay. Come on up.
She said okay, and I waited for a sign. I'm Byron Thompson, and when I first came in touch with this organization, we were meeting next door, and I stopped in to see Reverend Donna to find out if this was a possible fit. She said, well, come to the men's breakfast, which we have starting the next day, Saturday morning. And primarily that's what I want to say to you this morning. All of the things that we've heard so far about this community is true. In addition to that, when I discovered that there are a group of men who want to get together and be authentic and not talk about sports and weather and the other things, and computers, right, John? well, we had an experience with that. At any rate, to gain a deeper understanding of what it's like to be a part of this family, this community, I encourage you men to join us a week from Saturday for our men's breakfast. It will give you a feeling of the camaraderie and the love that exists in this organization for one segment. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for sharing, and our Sonoran Desert players and choir and our house band. I think that we've demonstrated that many eyes can become a we, and that we are truly one, and that we've created our home here. And it's so very special, not only to each of us, but to the community, and really and truly to the world. So our pledge campaign is coming to an end, and I just want to talk about it for a moment. I trust each one of us has seriously considered what our center means in our heart and in our life. So that's where our financial commitment is coming from, that heart space. And I would ask that even if you choose to give a single one-time pledge, or you opt for the EFT, the electronic funds that come automatically out of your account, that each Sunday as you sit in these seats and that offering bag is passed, and as we sing about our gratitude, that we each take a moment just to bless our center and to affirm its continued abundance, because we are the ones that make it happen. With God, all things are possible, and I thank you so very much. Namaste.